Hello, hello. What day? 42, I think. I scheduled it last night, so I think it's 42. Or it's 40-something. I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, it's 42 because it's 40, 41, 42. Okay, today's 42 of our Creative Marathon. Hello and welcome. I am Beth with Vintage Bandits, and thank you so much for joining me today. If you watch this in the replay or whatever, thank you. I am doing I'm doing embroidery thread to use on our dingle dangles thingy-majiggies. Now, I did one prototype, and I absolutely hate it. It's hideous, but I learned a lot on it. So we're going to deconstruct it and do it again together. How about that? Right now I am just threading some pretty green thread. Well, if anybody comes on to join me. So we are at the very end of our buttons marathon, but we're all, not quite, but almost halfway through our 100-day marathon, which I cannot believe that. It's going pretty fast. There's Molly. She's telling somebody. Oh, y'all, my Zuko. Zuccarino is his nickname. My friend Dawn came by to see me yesterday. I'm helping her mail some stuff with her sweet daughter. And Zuko decides to completely go Cujo. Cujo. Guys, when you join, will you please say hello, let me know you're here. And if you are new to me on Facebook or on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, go follow me, hit the notifications button, because I'm going live for 100 days at 10 a.m. every day, Monday through Friday, or I will have some kind of video if I have to record. I had to record on Wednesday because I had an appointment. And then, trying to keep this from getting all knotted up. And then Sundays at 3, that's my standard, that's how it's been. And then I'm not sure what I'm gonna lean into, but after this, but we still have 58 days, and they will be Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. You can catch me in the replay, which is totally awesome because I know a lot of people work 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Saturday, I do a recorded video from the week that I make pre or early that day. And I usually don't show my face because I'm usually in my pajamas. Good morning, Denise. I'm in my jammies. And I don't have to put makeup on. So that's why, if you notice, Saturdays are usually just pointing straight down. And I do something easy, like journal making, because I can. And it's like a day off for me, but I still show up. One day I shared my brain bleed story, so if you have never heard it from beginning to end, you can do that if you're interested. If you're not, totally fine, totally get that too. I've talked about it for 8 years. Good morning, Denise. We are making dingle dangles. That's what G. Kerr calls them. And I just think that's a cute little name. And I just got my green thread finished and not crazy. So I need to do one more maybe. But I can do that while we're talking, answering questions. Okay, first, before we get started, I worked on my picture yesterday a little bit more. And it still has more to go. But I looked at it, and so the problem is when you're working straight up and down, you don't see. So I extended my hair down now. It's like my hair now. It wasn't then. And I should have just kept it. I should have gone up. I did it wrong. If I do it again, I do change it. But I made my hair long, because it just looked stupid. And so I just painted in, and then I'm just gonna do like pink pearls right here and do some pink on my lips and call it a day, and make some kind of gold glasses with some pink stones on them or something, if I can figure that out, or bedazzle the, I have these I found. I'm gonna put these on them. I'm gonna bedazzle these and put those and use a little gold paint and do that. Anywho, and just, I'm going to take jewels. I'm going to take like the bedazzler and just do all the edge, clean that up, and clean it up a bit. So, and that will be it. And I probably will put that up in my office because it's ridiculous. And I have ridiculous things. Okay, my first one. My first little dangle. What are they called? I don't know. They're like, I don't know. This thing I'm like, it needs some beads, is what I was thinking. It doesn't need buttons, it needs beads. Anyway, I'm gonna point you down so I can show you. This is it. It's pretty ridiculous. So I was just sewing them on the edge. I don't like that. And I think what I learned, and we're gonna cut this string off if I can, or untie it one. And it's gonna need a little dab of glue when we finish them. But, and even the buttons do. Glad I didn't do that because I'm gonna cut it off. But I think if we sew the buttons on before we add it to the it's a little bulb pin. If we sew those on prior, and I was sewing them originally onto this. No, that didn't work. And so then I'm gonna do this because I won't be able to. This is a little bulb pin. You can get these on Amazon and get a bunch of them. I love them. So what I did is I sewed one onto, I pulled this because I thought this is new, but it's an interesting little button, you know, because it's blue and white. And I was thinking about my big giant book that I had, and then I was just doing pinks and blues, and clearly I feel like that is not going to work. So I'm going to get my little seam ripper out of here. We're going to take those off, and I think if we sew the buttons on prior to putting it together, that might be better. So I'm just going to go in here and take that off like that. Man, that's a good one. That's new. That went right through that thread. Woo, that was fun. And start again. Let's just start again. That is awesome. I didn't realize how sharp. I mean, this is the first time I've used this one. I don't really sew or anything. This is about as much sewing as I like to do. I can totally sew on a button, but do I want to? No, I'm gonna join you. There we go in the corner. So I feel like, let's go back. I was putting these together, and maybe we even changed the makeup of this. I was just trying to do something really fast. We're gonna keep this out because we may need it. We may need it again. And add them on. I don't even care if so I don't know what, and maybe sew through all three, maybe. I also got some with shanks on them that I thought might be fun to do and might be a little easier. I don't know. And it might be even, you might be able to thread this through it. One of them might be fun to do that. I don't know. Is that too big for that? Yep. I have this as my needle threader because I can't do it. But maybe if we wanted to, if we had a sorry silk, just a thin one, we could, you know, this could happen. And it could be, you know, on that, like that, which would be fun. I don't think we can get it through all three, but I mean, that already looks a little better. So I don't know. I'm not good at this. I don't make these. So this is just a, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm glad it's the last day of buttons. I was scrambling, trying to figure out something to do, and everything I found was just the same stuff we've done, you know, so, and there's so much out there. It's not like I'm adding any kind of good stuff to the content, you know, so. There we go. But this one, so I cut this one. Let's just put this over here because I don't know about that one. This I cut, and I have these daisy chains, and then I had some white. I don't even know if I need that or not. And then I pulled this fabric. I like strings, but not on this that much. And then this lace, which might be, we're just gonna leave that out. I thought that would be really fun. And I have 4. I'm just going to try and make it even. And we could put red on there. I even thought, do we want to go through, I don't have many. Look at this cute button, y'all. Look at that one. And it's got a shank on the back. I never saw that. And this is the first time I've seen this bag of buttons. And I've gone through this bucket 1,000 times. Ah, bless it. This is, look at that brass one. Isn't that cool? Hello, Cheryl. I just am not good at this, so this is kind of fun. So I wish I had, like, you know, enough yellow ones to do the center of the daisy, but that daisy is so pretty I don't want to cover it up. So I don't know if I just want to add some here on the end of these, you know, or I don't know. Honestly, I just don't want to do any, but we're using buttons. This is button week. So I also pulled this pretty pink ribbon. This is fun, and I did pinking shears on the end because it was just going to run away with me. And I still have this big piece of blue that might work fun with that one. It's kind of tie-dyed, a little crazy, crinkly. I pulled this for kind of going into fall. And, oh, that would be pretty on a fall one. I just saw that button. And then I pulled this out to use, like, on a blue one. And I thought maybe, if you have, anybody has any tips or tricks, please let me know. Can't even see what I'm talking about. So I have that one, I have this one, I have this fall one, and then I have this one. So I thought, wouldn't these be cute on a little teacher one? And I thought I should, I don't know, Denise. I mean, I would add it into, you could put it on the spine of a book. You could add it to a page in the book. You could tuck it into, I don't know. I don't use them. So I don't know. I'm winging it, girls. So I even thought this might be cute to do a couple of the little school ones, you know, how cute would that be? Or to use the red on it. The red one, you know, with the apple, and then the ruler. I don't know. It's like the dingle dangles, how you use them. It's people put them on the edge of their scrapbooks. I have used one on the spine, and you can go in. Let me show you here. Like, we could tuck one in. If we work this one out, we could tuck it in right up here, and it gives a dangle on it, you know, so it's kind of like, let me see if I can hold this up. You pinch it in. I am going to do this one, and then you kind of, you're making, basically, it's a tassel. You're making a tassel, and then you can kind of hang it on your, or you could hang it inside someplace. But a lot of people hang them right here, make a little dingle dangle for the outside of the journal. Let's try this one. I think it'll work. I forgot we had those daisies. Of course, this one's going to be white, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. So let's move these. This is going to be a short one, too, because I have to be somewhere at 11:15. So, but there's options to do this with the schoolhouse one. If I can figure out how to do them, I don't know. I don't know. Part of me would like to glue this together, but then it's not going to be, you know, loosey-goosey. You know, so fluid to move and everything. And I wanted to sew it. I wanted to maybe sew the buttons on first, but maybe we put it together and then sew the buttons on. I don't know. I think I'm going to use this green thread to tie it up. So that's one decision made. So I'm going to, I've got 4 on each side. I'm going to fold it up like this, and then I'm going to tie it underneath the 2 daisies right there and cinch that up. Let's see if that'll work. If we can pinch it up. Will they pinch up? Will it pinch up? Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. So then we have that. Anybody have any ideas? What else would you want to do? And I think we just need to put some cute little, just something to catch the light maybe. I don't know. I don't know. And honestly, what might be cuter, don't have it, we're going to use my little thing. I have like a smaller, who remembers the skirt clips from the 80s? Or a scarf. Do y'all remember these? I have a smaller one of these that you could totally run through this and be like that. And you glue on top. I just need to find them. I still like this. This is my favorite thing to do. I think we did. Put a little button on there. I could add buttons onto that and make a, so you could take this idea and make a keychain. I ordered a bunch of these off of Amazon, and I should just make this my keychain is what I should do, because I love it. So we'll see, but that's fun. Anywho, there we go. So that's tied up, and part of me just wants to glue them on there, and maybe we'll do that, and then I'll go back, and I like the contrasting thread on it, you know. So there's some pink in here, so we could totally just, what we could do is down here at the bottom, let's choose what we want to, well, it's got red, let's do that. We could go down at the bottom and add some of the, oh, that one's cut, dang it, and it's a pretty one. I like the shimmer ones, you know, and just do a little cluster of buttons down here. We could do red, and let's do, this one is cute. It's kind of coral. That could go up there like that. Maybe just do a little cluster of them, you know. I think we need one more to be odd and do that. And we could just do it all on this bottom one. What do y'all think? I kind of like that. Does that, oh, well, let me get you closer so you can actually see it. Does that make sense? And then we could probably use the green stitching on each one that would tie them together. I'm gonna do a little dab of glue, and then we're gonna sew them. Let's try that, okay? Because the hope, and I thinned out my glue, so hopefully it'll come through. I don't know, but we're gonna see if it will work. I don't know if it will or not. Nope, let's see. Barely, but it's doing it. There we go. Just a little dab just to hold it till I sew it. And I like to use an odd number because, so I need to thin it out so that I can actually do it one-handed when if I'm doing a journal. That's not really, this will keep it where I want them to be. So guys, is there anything that you're trying from our button week? I'd love your comments about that. If you found something, nope, please go there. If you found something, are you going to make? Let's do that right there. And then is this one? There's no glue. That one didn't stick. So let's do this one. I love those little oval ones. And I love that little, the pinky kind of red. It's like a light red almost. Would that be rose gold, kind of close to it? Okay. I kind of want to do that one standing up like that. And then take this little one, this cute little one, like that. And I think this will make it seem a little easier. So I have come full circle in that oh no, I'm gonna put it right up there. They don't even, come on, just stick till I can sew you on there. Whew. Okay, and then I need to use the little needle over here. They went into the crack of my table. Please don't do that. Oh, there's more things down in there. So let's take off a bunch, and I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot in this right off the bat so that I can knot the button on the back. I just tied a knot. I'm just going to thread it with my little thread sheeter because it just makes it so much easier. I bought 2 of these for threading. So much easier. Guys, I cleaned my porch yesterday, started it. I got to paint on it. And so what I'm going to do is make a really cute kind of crisscross on the button. Hang on. Oh, that needs to be. One of these needs to come loose. There we go. It was longer than the knot one. That's not gonna work. Maybe this will work. If not, I'll cut it off and use them somewhere. But I'm just trying to do a fun little crisscross on it. So I like a contrasting stitch, and then we can do this. This is embroidery thread, and I ordered it, I think, from Temu or Shein, and got a ton. And I got double what I ordered. I didn't even know. I have 2 of these. Let me show you. Yeah, it came in pack 2. It was a great price also. Okay, I'm gonna do one more little knot, and then we're going to, and I don't care if the knots show. I kind of like the knots. I like the story they tell. You know, everybody's like, you know, I think when it comes to life, we don't see the big picture, and I always tell my boys, I'm like, so we don't, all we see is the back of the tapestry. You know, God only sees the front of it. We don't see what's going to happen or what's coming or whatever, but God does. And so I'm like, we get to, but you know, so everything that happens to us, there's a reason. I know this is red and green, but I don't really care. And we, okay, come on, just find the hole. And we only see the back, kind of, but I don't think the back is ugly. I think the back is the work and the stamina and the faith and the, you know, I think the back is, I'm going to double this one up because it's a single and we want it to be chunky green. So that's my philosophy on that. That's why I love the backs of things, because it shows the work and the faith that it's going to be pretty on the other side, and trusting that God has it. So that's my little devotion for today, friends. And if you're going through something hard, I apologize. It is a unique, you know, I think life is just hard. But I just keep thinking that I'm not the weaver, I'm just the thread. And I gotta trust He's got the process. So yeah, I like the behind. I like the back side of it. Look at that. Let's just gander at it first. I kind of like that. Now I'm kind of digging that, and I like that you can kind of see it through the lace. We can always, and I like gluing them down because it makes it so much easier. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning, Helen. I was busy sewing. I apologize. So I'm just making, these are just little, they're like a tassel. And I'm glad it's the end of button week, because last night I was like, what am I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do? You know, and I was looking, you know, on Pinterest, as we do, for inspiration, and it was just basically the same thing we've done, just differently, you know. So yeah. And I was just, if you just joined, I was just doing my devotion about, I'm going to let people see, I don't mind the back being seen, because I feel like there is beauty in the work. And I always tell my kids that we don't see, when things are terrible and we think, why? Is there a reason for this? Now, does God make bad things happen? I don't think so. I think we live in a fallen world, and it just is what it is, you know. And I've had childhood trauma, and I've had adult trauma, and so I know that it's hard. So I'm not trying to make light of it at all. I'm just saying, for me, I have faith in the work that God is doing, and I find beauty in it. So, yeah, that's my little Friday devotion. All right. And I love the contrasting. I like the green. Isn't that, why is that not showing? That's fun. Okay, almost finished. 2 more, and I will quit with my sermonizing. I wasn't sermonizing, but I do like the back of it. Even, I just think it's fun to see the work. Is anybody else with me on that? Not even about the whole, you know, philosophy thing. So, if there's just 2, I go through it twice so that, oh, come on. So that, Nancy, we were going to do the spine, weren't we? Let me see if I can find a golden book real fast. I don't know if I need to have, she used it like an industrial heat gun. I have one that takes strips paint. I feel like my little one I have over here would work. She said you just have to put lots of heat on it. So I'm like, okay. And I think I saved it. I need to share that. I'll go share a link to, I think it was on YouTube. I don't know where it was. It could have been Instagram. It could have been, I don't watch TikTok a ton. And I might put a little dab of glue on the back of these to hold this. But let's see how it works. Who remembers the plaid skirts that had the fringe and they were like a fold over skirt and you put a pin on it to keep it together? Did anybody else do that in the 80s, or is it, am I remembering wrong? And as my son goes, misremembering. Is that even a word? People use that a lot. I've never, you know, I just said I didn't remember. I don't know about, you know, misremembering. I don't know. Is that even a word? Is it a new word? I don't know. Any ideas? And guys, any likes, follows, shares you do is so helpful to let the algorithm know, hey, people are watching Beth. They like her. Yay. You know, so it helps me grow the business and helps me monetize. So yeah. Next week, I think I'm going to do a big porch splash. Now, when I say porch, I've had several of my friends go, I don't have a porch. Well, you don't have to use it on a porch. Everything I have, you can use inside. So I'm going to be really sharing those kits. They're so cute, y'all. So cute. I'll be posting pictures today. I'll be sharing. I'll probably film it today. I might do it tomorrow. I don't know. But we still have 58 days to go. So, I would love any ideas that you'd like to see me do. Okay. So I think that's kind of cute with the cute little, that's cute. Let's see if we can get a little pin on it. We can get our little pin through it. It might be, it's going to be a little, if I can just kind of smush it a little bit and pull it up. There we go, just to get it on there. And then you can totally add it like on top of that. Let me show you this way. So then it's kind of dingle dangly. You could even do it, I could add it right here on the front cover if I wanted to. Oh, let's do that. I could go in and add it right here to the front cover, right like that. And let's see how that looks, if I can, come on. Did I get it closed? Yay, okay. So then if I needed to, I could even put a little dab of glue right there. Isn't that kind of cute? Pulls the reds and the greens. I like it. And that's got white, so I don't mind if there's some white. That's kind of cute. I think it's the daisy thing that makes it probably not the buttons. But it kind of ties it all together, don't you think? A little bit. I think that's kind of fun. Daisies and pansies. Love them. Alrighty. let me grab a golden book. And I'm going to let y'all look at the buttons and the fabric and think about what you could do. Also, do we need to add more? Do I need to add more to this thing? I wonder. I don't know where that back button came from, but I love it. I know I have some golden books, so give me 2 seconds. I'll grab one. Okay, found one. Let me put these up before I lose them and kill myself because they're both good ones. I found a little caboodle box like this. Oh, I put my little, did I not put it back in there? No, you did not. It's right here. You did not. I found a little caboodle box similar to this, and it was like $12. I have not seen these at Dollar Tree since, and that's why I snagged it. Okie dokie, we're gonna move all this up here. What she did is she just put heat on it, and she just kept it right on it. So let's see. And it just kind of loosens that glue on that paper. She just kept moving it. But she was using a paint remover gun, but I think this will do it too. This gets pretty hot. You know? This starts to pull up. And it just came right up. And she had an old one. So, I don't know. It was making funny noises, wasn't it? And she just kept moving it. And she did it, like, it only took about a minute. I don't know if you do it on the whole thing, or I guess that's it. You do it on the whole thing, back and forth. I will share hers. She got it off in one piece too, which I thought was really interesting. Oh, I see it pulling up right there. Isn't this fun? Watch me peel. It smells like old paper. Ooh. There we go. Let's see if it's lifting up. I'm gonna use this little thing. I don't know. Oh, come on. Okay, yeah, see? And then you turn it over to the back side and you do the same thing, and then it comes right off. I'll make sure to drop a link because I don't want to take credit for this. She shared it. She didn't gatekeep, which I so appreciate. And I'm pretty sure I saved it, so I'll thank the right person. These would be fun to use on ephemera if you don't need it on a book, because we usually make them bigger on books, you know. She set a timer too and filmed it, which my phone is my filmer, so I'm just seeing, is it, no? I should have had you time me, Nancy. She got a book was requested, and it was a 1970 something book, and it was perfect. Like, I was like, oh, don't take it apart. But anyway, I may make a cute bunting out of this because it's Bible stories. It'd be cute for the nursery at church. Ooh, not yet. Hers just lifted right off, like mine did in the front. I see part of it pulling up. It's getting there. Anybody timing this? Anybody timing me? You know, it could have gotten wet. I don't know. Okay, let me see. Something that's not hot, because this was hot. It's a little hot. Okay, so this is up. It's almost up. Just right here in the middle. I have to get you away from that. So at least that's not hot. It's metal, it transfers. Get some glue on it. Might have. Woo! Book is hot, so be careful. Did this glue back down? Now hers did not glue back down, and it came off. Hers was not gluey like that, but there you go. It did break right there, but you know, for the most part, it peeled. That's pretty good. I didn't see all that glue on hers like it's on mine. That is disgusting too. And then she just pried it with a screwdriver or something. Just pried off the, yeah, they're not hard to take up at all. And then she had it, you've got it done. And then you can do whatever you want with the pages. I thought that's cool. And this would be cute to keep and use in, you know, ephemera. Oh my gosh, I know. So how did you try it? Tell me your method, Nancy. I didn't even try it because I didn't know how, without just cutting them out. But this way it saves the pages, you know? So you can, I mean, they're hot now, but you're not tearing them at least. Oh, come on. I just don't want it to break. We have had so much rain here, y'all. Have you? Okay, let's get, I really just need a screwdriver is what I need. Peel it up. But I don't think I have one close by. I just have these little things that that's not gonna fit. Am I gonna get it up with this? Can I get any torque with it? I don't know. Nope, cannot. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Maybe this little one will do that. Will that work maybe? No, it will not. Anyway, you just take this off. Maybe this will pull it off. I was looking for that. There we go. Oops. Be careful with old nails, guys, too. But I had somebody say, you're not going to get tetanus. You're not going to get tetanus. You know, they always rush it. They just overdid tetanus, that the likelihood of getting tetanus. Did anybody else see that news article? That they're little, you know, I'm all for vaccinations. I'm not saying that at all. And I feel like, you know, if we didn't need them, we would have never invented them. Just like modern medicine, people want to say, you know, if you're antibiotic, you can use boxwood for antibiotic. I don't want boxwood for antibiotic. If it had worked, they never would have invented penicillin. That's all what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying about that. So, okay, here we go. Let's see if I damage the book very much doing this. Come on. This spine is not holding up very well, but Miss Nancy. There you go. And you have full pages. Oh, this is about Moses. And then Hannah and Samuel. Cute. And these pages are, there we go. And they are loose, so you have them as full sheets to do with whatever you want. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't apologize to me. Enjoy. I hope this helped and saves you some headache. But they look good. All right, guys, I am actually going to head out of here because I have an appointment in just a little bit. So, thanks for joining me in Button Week. I hope you're inspired to craft. If you don't want to use buttons, don't use them. It's fine. It's fine. And if you don't need to pull apart a golden book, don't do it. Okay, y'all be blessed. Have a great day. Go out there and be part of the solution, not the problem. I'm going to ask you to do that, please. And let's be creative. And creativity makes your brain happy, which makes you happy, which makes the world happy. So let's just go out there, enjoy the back part of the tapestry, the ugly part. Let's just enjoy that. Let's appreciate the work that goes into it, and know that someday when we are in glory with Jesus, our Savior, we'll get to see the whole tapestry on the other side and how glorious it's going to be. All right, you all go do something wonderful today and something fun, and love yourself well and love others well. That's just my number one message. Just go be a light to the world instead of a darkness, because there's enough darkness. We don't need to add to that. So let's just be joyful and loving and change the world one smile at a time. All right, guys, go be blessed. I will see you all tomorrow.